try blocking my chase, I'm still jogging in place. Wonder why I'm the golden child, it's not a mistake.
What's going on, people? We're getting everything together, Y'all know how it is. Saturday morning live. Welcome.
They wanna kill me, drive by and throw shots in my grave. It's crazy, but all great because I'm getting cash money now. Way before love me now, the show's over 100,000. That's why I see you niggas now.
We gonna let this rock too.
The mic made me like Mike and I ain't
Here now.
Life is all a gamble and you gotta put some thoughs down. Win a couple games now and you the man.
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
We are here. Letting this Tory rock real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Splashcast 12 pack coming at you. Yes, sir.
24 again.
24. 12 plus 12 equals 24.
And then there'll be another 24 on Wednesday. It's going to be my third 24 in a row. Kind of on a heater
That's
right now.
That's how you feeling?
Pretty good
That's
about
how you feeling now?
Yeah, man. It's a lot of good music coming out. It's a lot of people rapping.
Oh, I got to turn this. This is a little echo. Yeah, turn that down.
How we doing is about to say this afternoon. This is this morning.
What's going on, people? I was looking for some headphones too.
AM.
Man, I'm good, man. Let me turn this off. Turn Tory off. While everybody's here, we had in the Twitch, we had the Splashcast 12 pack playing. Y'all know how it goes. But what's good, my people? We are here. Saturday morning live.
Live on Saturday we shall be.
You know what we haven't done in a while on the Saturday morning live? Is have a beer.
Now, Reggie does this because he knows what don't I have in my house right now? Beer. What do I have in my house right now? Crown.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not against it. I have had a very productive week.
Me too.
I felt like I've kicked a lot of ass. If I want to drink a little Crown at 10:30 in the morning, well, you tell my mama. How about that?
We have not had a drink on the Splashcast in a while, but I didn't realize it was only 11:17, so maybe we'll.
What? Gucci Man 10:17, baby. We can do it all. I mean, let's do it. Hold on. All
right, y'all. We'll be about to get a drink.
15-second timeout. We shall return with Frank.
Luckily for your boy already has a refrigerator up here. Y'all see my workspace. But we are here. We are actually going to turn up this beautiful Saturday morning. We got a couple things we're going to talk to y'all about today, man. So, while Norwood gets his Crown and Coke or Crown and Ginger or Crown Neat, I don't know. We're going to talk about, of course, y'all know we got to talk about Nick Saban, right? Nick Saban, well, we'll get there. I'll wait till Nick Norwood comes back. Nick Saban is just upset. Like, he's out here accusing people. He's out here naming names. That's the biggest thing. He's name dropping. And then we also have Patrick Beverly. And then we're going to talk about the Warriors and the Celtics. We'll talk about the playoffs.
Okay,
all right.
Now, I'm ready now. Prepared with all the accoutrements that I need.
Ooh.
My
boy,
favorite.
The handle. Boy, got the handle.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, buy them. That's Sam's Club, baby. Buy them bulk, baby. So
I was telling them, man, we talking about the SEC smoke in Jackson State. You want to get started with that?
You talking about the big hater himself?
The big hater himself. So we go play this Nick Saban video. And then we're going to play also in the video, if you're on Twitch, we have the video of Jimbo's response.
Which was better.
It was crazy.
And
Here you go.
every player on their team.
We never bought anybody. No rules were broken. Nothing was done wrong.
All right, we didn't buy one player. All right, but I don't know if we're going to be able to sustain that in the future because more and more people are doing it.
It's the second time we've had to do this with grown men who don't get their way and want to pout, throw a fit, and act up. Just go ask all the people who work for him. You'll know exactly what he's about. I always said this. My dad always told me this. When people show you who they are, believe him. He's showing you who he is. It's disgusting to what we're into right now, especially by the people who are throwing the darts, who have no glass in their house. Some people think they're God. Go dig into how God did his deal. You may find out about a guy that a lot of things you don't want to know. We built him up to be the czar of football. Go dig into his past, or anybody that's ever coached with him. You can find out anything you want to find out, what he does and how he does it. And it's despicable.
Do. Well, you know, by the way, he also deal with such and such and such and such and such and such. This is egregious from any grown adult man with any level of self-respect. For me, it shows a chink in the armor for a guy who's never really shown any chinks in the armor.
So, Ray,
for the most part, you know, Saban has run a tight-lipped program. You know, his thing is always raising men. And then you
doing things the right way.
And then you come out here and pull the ultimate sucker move. Like, what type of shit is this?
So,
and it's one of your old guys. So if I'm an old Nick Saban guy, I have to watch my back for Nick Saban because you clearly cannot trust him.
Well, the smoke between Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher has always been there, ever since he left. I think it bubbled up to a head last year when Jimbo, out of all the Saban assistants to beat Jimbo for the first time, to beat Saban for the first time, Jimbo was the worst one to do it in Saban's eyes. So, but even with the reason, I don't understand why he brought Deion Sanders into it. Well, I kind of do because of Travis Hunter. But the thing about Nick Saban, and it comes with Jimbo Fisher. Now, Jimbo Fisher, the reason I say Nick Saban does have a point, if you guys want to talk recruiting rankings, right? Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M have never had anything higher than the number 7 class since he's been there. Now he did have I think he had the number 1 class or number 2 class at Florida State, but all of a sudden, after 1 year of NIL, they have the number 1 class and the highest rated class of all time.
It doesn't matter. You're still hating. I don't care how I got this woman, why she likes me. She likes me. She ain't pick you. Walk it off, take it on to the crib, and fight the good fight again. Don't stand here and be hating.
Well, the thing is, I agree. First of all, let me preface that. Let me make sure I say that. He definitely is hating, and he's mad because if you want to know about it, everybody learned how to be a Saban type coach, a Saban assistant. You learn how to recruit, right? You learn how to recruit. You learn how to do things. You learn, and this is what I think Saban mastered early. You learn how to turn the blind eye. So when you turn a blind eye, I think this is me speculating. I think Saban runs the organization like you get what you want to do. You remember Jimbo said it in his press conference. They asked him, they said, "Yo, do you know how much money your players make?" He was like, "No, I have nothing to do with that. They can go out and get their own money. I don't have anything. I don't have any knowledge." I think that's how Alabama has been operating for years. Hey, we don't know nothing, and you better, if you gonna do it, make sure your stuff is airtight.
But everybody knows. I know my
Georgia
boy Worthy ain't on.
it.
Yes, Georgia fans tearing his ass up right now. He ain't never gonna be shit again. Long as he lives. It's over. The championship has crumbled to the ground. But it's just frustrating because before he said this shit, nobody knew how he was gonna operate. For the most part, everybody respect Nick for even if he lost, it's still like, all right, well, we assume Bama to be right back here next year.
Nigga, they're picked up. Ooh, sorry. Trying to get away from the N-word, y'all. That's a dollar. Sorry. But yeah, man, they picked him to be number 1. They are picked. What's up, Donnie? They are picked to win the national championship by far this year. By far.
And this is the thing. Let's not, I play with Worthy all the time and tell him, hey, bro, the 30 for 30 is on the way. We know it. I'm looking forward to it.
I think it's too airtight. I think they're too airtight. Unless somebody, so you said somebody gonna get paid to sing.
Not with Jimbo dropping breadcrumbs. Oh, go back and look. Ask his assistants if you want to know.
Jimbo trying to get him out of here, dog.
Yes, and Jimbo, no matter how much, I'm a big proponent of this. Mm-hmm. It's so many people that I come in contact with on a regular basis that I don't really like, and I know that they don't really like me either. But just because we don't like each other doesn't mean that the world needs to know that we don't like each other and we don't need to get into a messy spat. We just keep life moving. This is a case where
Dan said it's going to be 10 years from now.
You think? You don't think that these investigative journalists are about to start looking today? Auburn? You just going to get stomped out every year, not have a chance and stop and not look? You crazy as hell.
Hold on. Let's address some of these comments. I read all the comments. Rod said the NIL leveled the field. I don't necessarily agree with that. The NIL, it's the exact same teams. The exact same teams that are ahead of football. Alabama, Georgia, USC. Well, not USC. Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, Clemson. I think the outlier may be Clemson. Ohio State. The outlier may be Clemson. But everybody operates. All those teams, even when NIL came, it's still the same 5 teams that are on top.
And let's be very clear. These NIL deals are just going from nonprofit organizations to profit organizations. So before, where I had to hide the money that I was paying to all of my players because it was illegal, now that it's legal, I can show everybody that my players are getting paid. Nothing has changed, and these schools still have the same budget. This is one of the big things that Texas A&M was allowed to do.
The schools don't have the same budget.
When I'm talking about budget, I'm talking about booster budget.
Oh yeah, booster money.
Yes,
well, that's the point I was making was, boosters, they paid players. They just had to pay them through the school, right? They had to pay them through the school. The athletic department then got the money, and then they dispersed it through whatever legal means that they're allowed to do it. Now you can directly pay the players. Boosters are like, why would I give my money to the athletic department when I can just pay the player directly and get some advertisement? Why would I pay, and I can still write it off? Why would I pay the athletic department? So the athletic department is literally in conflict or in competition for money with their own players now. What you laughing at?
My dog comment on Instagram. But at the end of the day, the one thing it's the one thing we joke about Dabo Swinney on every episode when he says something stupid.
Old man shaking the cane.
Bro, you've been cheating. Don't get mad because other people are now playing the same game as you, and you now look extra regular, bro. Go beat them. Go beat them. All the rest of this.
But that's the thing. He has beaten them. Texas A&M went 4-4 in the SEC last year. Their winning the national championship was beating Alabama. And this is what don't make no sense. Nick Saban has beaten them. He's beaten them.
Nick Saban is the equivalent of the dude who you play basketball with for 3 days in a row. He lose one game, he taking his ball and going home. Bro, can't nobody else win one game. And as soon as somebody win one and get a recruit, and this is the point.
Hey, let's talk about. You said the recruit. We got to go to Deion.
That's exactly where I'm headed. The rest of this, let's be very clear. Let them fight. I really would like to see Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban in true fisticuffs. Hand on hand.
Jimbo like conflict, Shutter.
Yeah. Hand-to-hand combat. But what we don't deserve is historically black colleges and universities getting strays. Deion has committed this time to helping out historically black colleges and universities. He's gone back to Jackson State, which is not his alma mater, lifted that school up.
Not his own state.
Yes. Not anything to do with him, and has lifted up that program to heights that it has not seen in a long time. And if you listen to our podcast on a regular basis, the HBCU segment we call the Deion Sanders segment, because every week he does something impressive. Then the man does what he's supposed to, actually achieves a feat that nobody believed in a million years that he will be able to do. And then the first thing that privileged ass Nick Saban does is question the school's integrity, the players' integrity, and Deion Sanders' integrity. And we all know that this is something that happens not only in sports, but it happens in life every day. Anytime that we have an African-American person who achieves any level of achievement, the first thing that they do is say, oh, he cheated.
So, it's interesting. Once you start reading into this, once you start reading into this and you start looking at numbers, Alabama's athletic department budget last year was $180 million.
How much?
$180 million was their athletic budget. You know how much Jackson State's was?
A lot less than $180 million.
$8 million.
So you had a $172 million head start and still lost. Cry me a river. No Timberlake.
Deion Sanders gets paid $350,000 from Jackson State. He actually makes all his money from Barstool Sports and other advertisements in Aflac.
And let's not forget Nick Saban.
Nick Saban gets paid $7.5 million, and the Boosters bought his house. The Boosters bought his $10 million home.
And we all are adults. We all have places to live. Here's what I call Dive Team Media Studios. This is also my apartment. That's Reggie's.
This is set A. That's set B.
Palace in the sky over there. We all know the most expensive shit we pay for is where we live. Now imagine if you didn't have to pay for that, and then they're also paying you millions of dollars a year.
AJ said he's the second highest paid public employee in the country. Now, what I will say is
nobody cares. Nobody hating on Nick Saban.
You know what people like Nick Saban do? Nick Saban prides himself on being the smartest in the room, right? When you're smartest in the room, one of the traits that you have is that you can see things before other people do, and you normally stay one step ahead of people, right? This is a case where I think he sees the writing on the wall. If Deion can get the number one recruit in year 2,
oh boy,
if literally the entire team of Oklahoma can transfer to USC after the coach leaves or gets fired, or after the coach leaves, and he could take all the athletes. Mind you, Nick Saban was also in the running for that wide receiver from Pittsburgh, the Biletnikoff winner, and he ended up going to USC.
Yeah,
remember that, because he was in the running for that. And don't act like he ain't been dropping no money. You think Jahmyr Gibbs, although he did leave Georgia Tech to go to Alabama, he could have gone anywhere. You can't tell me they didn't drop the bag. Tua is from Hawaii. Had been to Alabama one time. Najee Harris went to Alabama with no visit. Why would you leave California to go to Alabama unless somebody...
No. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. 2 places. I'm glad that you brought up the Tuas, because I'm not available to say their last name. Let's be very realistic about it. Yes. They lived in Hawaii. Nick Saban lives in Tuscaloosa. I'm from Georgia. I ain't never been to Tuscaloosa because there's nothing in Tuscaloosa for me, but I've been to Alabama. Let me tell you, not a great place to be. As a person who's also been to Hawaii, let me tell you, in fact, excellent fucking place to be. Let me tell you, what I'm never doing is packing up me and my entire family. That dude living on an island. Soak that up, an island. I am living on an island with beautiful water. Things are natural. It's a volcano, beautiful people. And move my happy ass to Tuscaloosa, Alabama?
Tuscaloosa! You know they seen the stories. He grew up on critical race theory. You know he done seen all the pictures and stuff. Why would you move to the South?
No, not the South. Alabama, Tuscaloosa specifically. So I go from a place which is literally a vacation destination to move to not the best city in Alabama, which is absolutely one of the 5 worst states in the United States of America. Please make the math.
Oh,
math.
worthy.
Hey, I'm
But,
sorry, my boy had to catch some strays, but it's real. Like, no, it's two places you probably never could convince me to live: Alabama and Mississippi.
Well,
Nick Saban got this man
no.
to
Now,
leave
see, you're
Hawaii.
looking at it different. And Ray just said it on Instagram, which I did want to bring up. Also, Sneaky said JSU got the number 7 receiver as well. They also just signed a tackle. But he made a good point. Yes, Alabama is trash. Damn, sorry, Mike. Like, in terms of, like, anything rural.
Everything.
And we talking about Anglo Alabama. It's trash.
Oh.
But, hold on, but just like all of these southern states, campuses operate differently, right? They're their own little bubble within the bubble. Yeah, they are.
No. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Remember, my brother played in Florida. Florida has a beautiful, exquisite campus. Gainesville is basically Georgia on the other side of the line. Let me tell you, no way in hell that Gainesville is a great city. They got a Guthrie's, they got a couple other places, and what I will call a mid-tier mall, and that is a stretch. Hell no. We know what happened. Deion said. He said, I took Mr. Hunter to homecoming. He was ready to sign. That has been HBCU culture since day one. You come to homecoming, you come to high school day.
Shout out to Hampton, Harvey with the weather machine.
I literally saw it. When I was in school, we had the basketball team. They came for a weekend. There was a party that we could not discuss. And then, hey, we have a whole new basketball team. Ta-da!
But yeah, man. So we've been on this point for 20 minutes, man. Although this has been really engaging, man. I think we're gonna move on. I think Saban better be careful, man. He said a lot of weird. He said a lot of see now I'm the old man shaking my cane type comments for the last 2 years. He could talk his way out of there. He could talk his way into being forced into retirement, especially if he lose.
He didn't talk his way into retirement. He talked himself into being regular. It's like Bill Belichick. No matter what happens, you still always respect Belichick for not saying much. It's the fact that now he said something. It's like once a person says something that's like a hater move, you can say everything else in the world. In my heart of hearts, I still look at you like, oh, he's a hater. Yeah. You still a hater, dog. Whatever the rest of it, still hating though. I can see the hate in you.
Yeah, man. So we'll see, man. We'll see how this plays out. Finally, man, we're moving on. So tell me how Patrick Beverly tricked y'all. Pat Bev has been on a heater this whole 2 weeks. I mean, he is trying to get right. He is trying to take the controversial role at ESPN that seems to honestly be lacking. Nobody there really says anything controversial. Maybe Kendrick Perkins.
Patrick Beverly is smart. Patrick Beverly is one of the smartest because he understands that he can manipulate it. Everything that he's ever done has been manipulation. He's not like he's a good basketball player, but he's not offensively. He's not really that skilled. He can't shoot, can't pass. He plays some level of defense, but he's also not a lockdown defender. Mike popped up post Alabama. Yes. Have to go back and watch it on Twitch, my brother. Shots has already been shot now. But for me, he's manipulating these people, and I don't understand why people are so surprised. Everything that Patrick Beverly is going to say is going to be salacious. He understands that I'm going to be able to go here, and I'm going to be able to hijack the media. We are talking about Patrick Beverly instead of the Western and Eastern Conference Finals. Out of all the people to talk about in the NBA, he should be at the bottom of the list. He doesn't do anything really good except for being loud and be in the way. But he's hijacked the media because he understands that if I say things that are salacious, people will react. Instead of saying, I'm not going to react because that's Patrick Beverly, and mostly he doesn't do anything but get in the way.
Man, but I understand it is all maybe an arch villain type ploy to manipulate the media, and so he can blah, 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 blah. That all sounds well. He's still a hater, dog. For him to go and talk about all of this stuff, Man, what state from Chicago?
You think that Patrick Beverly cares about being a hater? If not, for
no.
that,
Hold
then
on, let me finish. But hold on, let me finish. Like, so Patrick Beverly, like, he still hate. Like, say that Chris Paul don't play defense, calling him a cone, telling he talked to Paul George, saying that, oh, Chris Paul, I bust his ass when I was at a high school thing. You can ask LeBron, you his boy. He said he bust his ass at a camp. I'm like, why all of a sudden now? Why do you hate Chris Paul so much? He said that Chris Paul doesn't get the slander that everybody else gets. Well, a lot of people don't get slander that sometimes they should get. Steph doesn't get slandered at all. He be making some bad plays.
He's the greatest shooter of all time. You slander him if you want to. You slander yourself.
But what I'm saying is, like, you're doing all of this because you feel like he doesn't get his deserved amount of slander.
Oh, see, okay. So my point of view on this is,
and nobody cares, Sneaky. Nobody cares that Patrick Beverly averaged 37 points in high school. Nobody cares.
If Patrick Beverly didn't say these type of things, nobody in the hell would know who Patrick Beverly is.
Yeah,
that's true. If he was quiet, if Patrick Beverly had the demeanor of Kawhi Leonard, he'd probably be out of the league.
What we know, he'd be in Greece.
Exactly. So he understands this is my way to be gainfully employed. This is my way to be gainfully employed in the future.
Employed, though.
Because you understand in the future, hey, if there's a media opportunity, I want to hear what Patrick Beverly says, because it's going to piss everybody else off. And as soon as he said something, all the players who are actually good at basketball replied, "You stupid asses. Y'all play Patrick Beverly every damn game. Damn, why are you talking to Patrick Beverly? What do you and Patrick Beverly need to talk about at all? Nothing. So it's no reason. But when you continue to give credence to him, well, then, yeah, he kind of proves the point.
I'm trying to figure out why did they choose him to be on SportsCenter?
Because they knew that
this was gonna happen.
Hell, do you want to hear from Kent Bazemore?
You have such an undying hate for Kent Bazemore
because he stole from the Atlanta Hawks. He stole from the Atlanta Hawks and then went to the Lakers and started. I'm like, boy, he was at the end of our bench, LeBron. LeGM, LeGM. You gonna start Kent Bazemore and don't think that I ain't got jokes for you?
I hate allergies, dog. Y'all are. Yeah.
Hey, do 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 do.
My eyes are itching, boy.
But Beverly is doing what he can with what he has.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame him for that. I blame the fools who continue to go back and forth with him.
Kev said, Patrick Beverly said he is as good or a better defender than Giannis. I do like the confidence. I like the confidence of that statement.
But sometimes in life, you understand, you know what? I'm just done talking to this fool. And the sooner that people in like the social media era understand, you don't have to respond to everything. You don't talk to stupid people. If you tell me that you're a better defender than Giannis, I'm going to shake your hand, salute you, and say, hey, man, you be safe on your way home. There's nothing for me and you to talk about. I was having an exchange with one of my friends, and we were comparing Dwight Powell to Clint Capella. And I said,
Dwight Powell.
Hey,
man, people would talk about he was good. Nah, he's boo-boo. That was me. I'm people. I was like, Dwight Powell's there. He rebounds. He runs the court. Nah, Dwight Powell is horrible.
And I said Clint Capella is a rebound champ, and Dwight Powell averages 5 rebounds, and he's 8 feet tall. Let me tell you, these two are not the same. He proceeded to tell me that rebounding does not matter. At that point, I said, hey, man.
Who said rebounding don't matter?
I'm not going to say that person.
Oh, I was going to say, no, don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
No. I'm not going to say that person's name because I don't want that person to be slandered by the world. But when he said the rebounding doesn't matter, there was no need for me to proceed in this discussion. You've already said something that is so egregious. At this point, I just have to cut. I'm not wasting any of my thoughts.
You about to cut bait? You about to cut bait?
Hey, and moving forward, let's talk about anything. I would rather go outside in the sunlight and try to count the stars and talk to you about how rebound doesn't matter. At that point, we're done. But people continue to talk to Patrick Beverly, and Patrick Beverly's like, well, I ain't got shit else to do because we already got put out. And I got to play with soft ass Karl Anthony Towns. So yeah, I'll go to ESPN and turn this motherfucker up. I might not even be playing for this team next year. So just when people say foolishness, and move on. Now that we've actually kind of talked our way into Warriors and Mavs,
man. So
where do you want to start with that?
I'm gonna start here with
One
T-Pain with
question.
what the fuck, Dallas.
Dallas?
Big Luka
Dallas,
Doncic.
what are you doing?
That's my boy right there. I'm gonna pour another drink.
What?
For Hoop.
What? First
What?
off, Steph Curry, and the Warriors. It's very frustrating. I said this when I was watching the game yesterday. Worthy was here, and Josh was here, and I said, "Yo,
Sponsor me.
I said, Steph Curry. Kev said you about to start crying because of your undying love for Luka. I was like, yo, the Mavs hit 15 of 27 in the first half for threes, and I said, that's wonderful, but can they keep it up? I said that is not really the type of game you want to play against the Warriors.
Who?
The Warriors.
You mean the guy who's the greatest shooter of all time, and his buddy,
the
guy
second greatest shooter of all time.
And then their little brother that they adopted. Anytime that your name is the Splash Brothers, like me and my friends, and you adopt a dude.
Hey! I don't know who you are, not Vince Carter, but keep that slander over there about John Collins going to. I'm looking at John Collins going to the Mavs. Shut up, man.
Hey, so
playfully, of course, but hey, chill out.
But back to my original point: Clay, Steph, and Jordan Poole. Hey man, and I'm gonna say that's not really it. Kevon Looney won the game because Dwight Powell is trash. And if you can't stop Kevon Looney, who's a guy who's easily and readily available to be stopped, you are whooped ass. But I said this since day one about the Mavericks. It's very simple. You have Luka Doncic, who is an otherworldly basketball player, and you have a bunch of mid. Jalen Brunson played pretty good.
Mid, y'all.
But let's be very realistic about Jalen Brunson. He hasn't really played that great on the road. He's mostly
what? He had 30-some points yesterday. What do you mean?
That was the one game that he's played on the road. Please, let's not take outliers. Let's take what he does on a regular basis. His shot has not been there for the majority of the time. And the same thing that we're going to say about Trae, we're going to say about Jalen Brunson. He's a slight build. So on defense, can't give you anything. So now you've been reduced one game, Kevin. We watch basketball, not one game. And you have
what's Luka's
Reggie
excuse
Bullock,
for defense?
Is that the issue that he has?
A lot of stuttering.
There is nobody to help him, and that's because I have my thoughts in order on this.
Hold on.
Let me
finish,
please.
You say they're the number 5 defensive team in the league. You said there's nobody to help him?
You're gonna let me finish. At that point, I will explain my thoughts. There's a difference between team defense and a guy who's a lockdown defender. This is where Trae benefits. Trae, you can put DeAndre Hunter or whoever the guy is who's cooking for the other team. Period. Team defense or not, DeAndre Hunter gonna guard Luka Doncic, and Luka averages 18 points against Hunter. That's a great night in my opinion. But Dallas, while they play great defense, when you have a guy who's actually playing well, you have no guy who you can say, hey, go lock that dude down. And if you do, I want to hear the name. I'll wait.
But I mean, they can still help him on defense.
But what I'm saying is when a guy is cooking, there is no fire extinguisher. There is no way to put out that fire. It's just not going to happen. They don't have it.
What does that have to do with? But what does that have to do with him playing defense?
Is that you can swap him out. Most players who are
they do swap him out. They put him on the worst person.
No, they don't. They put him
yes,
in
they
the
do.
worst person, and then no matter what, they switch him.
Which is what they do to Trae.
Exactly. But then you can have somebody help and swap.
They do have people help.
Who? Reggie Bullock?
Yeah.
Oh,
Doesn't
okay. All right.
it doesn't mean they're great, but they do have people that swap. What are you
defense,
talking about?
Your defense is in the hands of Reggie Bullock. Good luck and Godspeed, my friend.
They would rather choose Reggie Bullock than Luka Doncic because he don't play no defense. What do you mean? I'm listening.
So you're asking Luka to be the number one rebounder because Dwight Powell, his arms are too short to box with God. You asking him to be the number one facilitator because there's nobody else to do it. He's going to be the number one point scorer because he's Luka. And then he gets caught in a switch, and you have no guy who can actually be the lockdown defender for anybody on this team. You just can't. No. All this says is everybody who is not
Trae Young.
And they're
Trae Young.
No.
Trae, this is the exact same argument for Trae Young. This is the only thing is rebounding. That's the only thing you're gonna say.
And defense. You have Clint Capella.
Luka don't play no defense. He's 6'8", 270 pounds, however big he is, and don't play no defense.
Clint Capella is a defensive player of the year candidate.
What does that mean?
That means that you have a guy who can fix your fucking defense.
Right, but Luka don't have nobody to fix it. Don't mean that he still don't play defense. Whether there's nobody there to fix it there or not, he still sucks. He is horrible at defense.
But
what is that? No, he don't.
Okay,
he didn't even make it past half court last game. They did a whole special on it. You saw it. What do you mean? What do you mean?
You're telling me that he
does
not play defense.
Yes.
But defense.
The world is telling you that he don't play defense.
Defensive player of the year, Mikal Bridges had less steals than him in the last series. Okay.
What does that mean? He does not play defense. He does not play defense.
Falls into his hands.
Not from him guarding somebody.
So how does it get there? Explain it. Make it make
Loose
sense.
balls. Pause. I don't know. I guess this is a plausible statement, but we're talking about basketball. But loose balls.
So you say that Luka is just diving for loose balls. That's how
we are watching him the whole playoffs. We are watching it now. He is getting torched on defense. He's getting torched.
He is getting torched, or the team is getting torched.
Him. I didn't stutter. He. Okay. He is getting torched. Luka is horrible on defense, and you give him so many excuses. So many excuses that he's bad at defense.
Dwight Powell, go ahead, pack your bags.
That's
Reggie Bullock,
go ahead, pack your bags.
Bench. I mean, look at the Hawks. We have three guys.
Wait. Before you say look at the Hawks, you said all of that. All of them can go. That still don't make Luka a good defender.
He's not a good defender, but he gives the effort. Please, unless you're ready to put up that montage of Trae.
He don't put up the effort. They've got a montage of him that they showed yesterday where he didn't even make it past half court after turning the ball over. He don't give effort on defense.
We can agree to disagree.
Man, you can agree to be wrong. That's what we can agree to be on.
One of them plays on a top 5 defense. One of them doesn't.
And neither one of them help either one.
So you think the other 4 guys
are
on the Mavericks?
Yes. I think the other 4 guys mask Luka.
That good.
Yes. They're better than Luka. Yes.
You should trade Luka. If you think that those 4 guys are a top 5 defense by themselves, then yeah. I bet you they all be gone.
And Luka will still be a bad defender.
And they'll find a way to play some defense.
No, yeah, with everybody else.
Okay.
Anyway, let's talk about the matter of fact, let's talk about game 2 of the Warriors Mavs now that we here. Talk about some of these highlights, man. I actually, when Luka came out there, he was on a mission. Luka was on a mission. Damn, YouTube kept messing up. But he was on a mission to play. But Steph Curry, like the Warriors played at such a consistent pace. Right? So
it ain't no pace.
Yes, it was.
Team minus Kevon Looney is good. That is a much more well-equipped team. And somehow they recharged Otto Porter, which shit. I don't know what happened with that. You have Andrew Wiggins is the 4th best player on that team, and he's an all-star.
Yeah.
Luka don't have nobody. It's Luka and the Lukettes.
And Jalen Brunson. But what I'm saying is they came out tough. They was up by 19. And that's when I said, I was like, yo, But what I said with pace is the Warriors didn't really get panicked the whole time. I mean, they had runs, but it was more Dallas really never stopped the Warriors the whole game. The Warriors ended up stopping Dallas to a certain extent in the third quarter. They scored 43 points. They scored 61 points or 63 points in the second half, 65, something like that. They scored 43 points in the fourth. So, like, and when I was watching the game, once I saw Curry start hitting some of these shots and started doing this and he started going to the rim.
When he starts skipping and dancing, hey, man, kiss the baby. It's ball.
Start doing
man.
that. He started doing all of that stuff.
When
I was like, oh, it's
start
over.
Having fun playing basketball, you're about to stop having fun playing basketball. It is very clear he's finna tear your ass up, and there's nothing you can do. But Luka, like Steph has the ability to kind of play mediocre until he gets hot. Luka got to start out with 18 in the first quarter to even be competitive.
Man, hey, hold on. Also, this dude, Theo Pinson, man. Why is Theo Pinson this far up the line? Theo Pinson got on street clothes. Theo Pinson is the mascot. Why is he this far? Like, he's a coach. He's in front of all of the coaches, the trainers, even the people that are dressed out that actually play. That's Dallas Bertans. He actually is in the rotation. Theo Pinson is walking up like he is the assistant general manager.
See, sometimes you got to know your station in life. And Theo, let me tell you, go sit your ass back. And I'm not talking about at your seat. I'm talking about in the stands, Theo Pinson. Now that you brought him up, I want to look at Theo Pinson's stats for the year. Let's go ahead and give him.
Theo Pinson, one of them round down to zero type players.
Oh, Lord.
He averaged 0.4, 0.6 or something.
See, okay,
they be fudging stats so that they can but still, that's all I wanted y'all to see. Why is this guy here?
No. Now that he's here, this man here out on the floor, you want to know how many points he averages? 2.5 points, 3-point percentage, 33. 1 rebound, 1 assist is what this man averages.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You talking about for his career?
No. For his career.
Or for his season?
No. For a career, he averages 8.7 minutes.
Well, that's.
Minutes.
I was like points,
Minutes.
but you said what I don't understand is you said he averages 2 points, which means this season, which means he would have had to score 160 something points.
Wait. So, how many games in the basketball season?
In the 82.
Okay. For his career, he's played 87 minutes. 4 years into his career. I'll drink to that. Hey, black man, get paid, dog. You are thieving where I go.
And you want to know something that's impressive about this? He has known his role from the beginning. From college, he was the mascot at UNC. He played. They let him be like a 5th-year senior and play because he was there so long and he was the mascot. He went to the Nets. He's been the mascot. He's got all the choreographed dances on the bench. He be out there coaching. You see, he be coaching. But anyway, back to it. Jalen Brunson actually had a really good game. He had 30 points. Reggie Bullock. I always say this about Reggie Bullock. Reggie Bullock will always give you meaningless threes. He will only give you threes when you're up like 11 or you're down 11. He won't give you any other points or
it gets you down 8 or up 14.
Yeah, like all of them. Ooh, that was the fight. Y'all remember that? Yeah. They was getting mad. I was like, oh, y'all about to lose though. But Luka was out here. But like the thing, like I said about Reggie Bullock, he gives you no points. Now Dorian Finney-Smith is definitely making their GM look like a smart guy, paying him that money. He's getting paid herder money.
All of these guys belong on the bench. Everybody on the Mavs starting lineup, they belong on a bench.
Yeah.
And everybody is trying to like make. Hey, if you look at Jalen Brunson, he ain't it. He ain't it.
See, look, that's attacking Luka. You saw it? I
got a rebound. I got to pass y'all the ball, and I got to score. What are
y'all
doing?
Trey.
What
so
are y'all
so
doing?
So does Trey.
Trey rebound and Trey rebound where?
No, I'm saying Trey has to get you the ball. He has to score. He has to get the assists.
No,
do
he
all
does
of the
not.
stuff. See what I tell you, Reggie Bullock up 15. I'm making this a thing. Reggie Bullock, shout out to him because he's actually a really good person. But he only scores when it doesn't matter.
Hey man, thank you for being useless.
Game over. When he did that, I was like, oh, they about to whoop you out. There's no way. So the Mavericks ended up going.
Go fight.
See, look at I told you right there again. Theo Pinson is in front of the coaches. But anyway, the Mavericks went 15 of 27 for threes in the first half. And this one I was like, hey guys, so do y'all really want to play this game against Golden State? And this is in the third quarter, and they were still up 15 in the third quarter. And then Golden State, two things happened. Golden State kept going to the rim. And for some reason, the Dallas Mavericks ended up attacking Kevon Looney using that same philosophy that got him beat in the first game. And they went back to it, and Klay Thompson just decided, okay, I've hit 2 threes. This is one of the only teams that I've ever seen, probably since I've been alive watching basketball, where shooting opens up driving to the basket versus the basket opening up your shooting. Right. So a lot of time you gotta
step out.
Yeah, but a lot of times, like players like you were LeBron, for example, his shooting, you play off of him and he has a wide open shot because you're scared he's gonna go by you. Or vintage LeBron. Same KD was another one. Like KD, you thought he was gonna get to his spot and just shoot over you, and then he would just pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes, you're scared Steph Curry is gonna score from 3. And Andrew Wiggins at this point, and look at that. And once they got, this is when I was like, once they got it down to 2 going into the fourth quarter, it's over. But I've never seen a team that shooting opens up the drive so efficiently. And then you're getting shots by Otto Porter.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because one thing for sure, everybody who's in the front court for the Mavericks will not be playing next year. I'm going to tell you right now, if there's anything that they understand, is that, boy, we can't look at Kevon Looney.
Kevon Looney had a career high in rebounds game 1 and a career high in points game 2. You know what sucks? Steph Curry's still not going to get an MVP because Kevon Looney, even if they had the Western Conference Finals MVP, it'd be Kevon Looney right now.
Nope. You want to know who the MVP is? Dwight Powell, sorry ass. Letting Kevon Looney look like a... It's so... And then, like, that's the frustrating part, is having the discussion about Dwight Powell and Clint Capella not being...
You see that Moses Moody? Moses Moody got in the game. Go ahead. Clint Capella and Dwight Powell.
Yeah. And then to see Dwight Powell play like himself, and you be like, you know what? Kevon Looney tore his ass up. The last time somebody said that Kevon Looney tore his ass up might have been college, probably high school.
Kev said that was the first time Looney scored 20 since college. He's in his, 15th year. Oh, you know what kind of incentives he probably got? Yeah, we'll pay you $5 million if you score 20 in a game.
What are you talking about? If I'm Stephen Clay and Wiggins, hey, dog, let's get this man some bread, dog. Whatever you want, man, we'll pay you. Hey, just for... You can't let this man play 2 legendary games.
And this is when in the fourth quarter, this is when they were going back and forth and nobody could stop anybody. Everybody was scoring. Look at that. You got laid.
And that was the other part, is the Mavericks could not get any stops. And I know
they don't have any shot blocking. They had Luka at the 5 with Kleber.
Exactly. Like Luka is never going to be a good defender. If Jason Kidd asks him, he will at least get in the way. But you have to have, and I think they're like, this is the play for
that.
Gobert.
To me is more egregious than Trae not being a good defender, because Luka's 6'8". That's more. That's for you to say that. That's more egregious for a 6'8" player to not be a good defender versus a 6 foot player not being a good defender. That's egregious. That's horrible. Don't matter. But there ain't no but. Ain't no but. Ain't no but. Ain't no but. For a 6 foot player to not be a good defender in the league is egregious to me.
Hey, Reg, if he's 6'8" and he leads his team in points,
and
he leads his team in assists, and he leads his team in rebounds, and he's a good defender, you know who that guy is? LeBron James.
Michael Jordan.
That's who it is.
Magic Johnson.
If he's no.
That's who he's being compared to. If you want to take it there, I could be unreasonable. If you,
he ain't LeBron James. See, that's where people get crazy. They be like, well, you like John Collins? Well, he ain't Giannis. Well, no, he's not. He ain't. He sure as hell ain't. And And Luka ain't LeBron. Now, is he good? He's very good.
That's his comparison. Is LeBron.
What about everybody else?
What about everybody else?
Okay, that's a good category to be compared to. If you want to compare me to LeBron and I fall short of the glory, well, hell, you got me. Not quite LeBron.
So that's your way of conceding. Cool.
No, I don't take that a concession. I think that's a W.
Okay.
See, point of view is everything.
Is it? So another player that is, I feel like he's had the most potential in terms of he's gonna be the next best player in the league for the last 4 years or 3 years. Is Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum has been the most potential type player for the next 3 years because he is a player that actually gives effort on defense, and his footwork and offensive package grows every offseason. Pause. I don't. Either way.
I think that's.
But anyway, so the Celtics and the Miami Heat are actually tied 1-1, and the Celtics look like the Golden State Warriors 2 days ago when they played in Miami. First off, before we do that, I still have to give Jimmy Butler is an impressive basketball player, dog. Like, now Jimmy do a lot of flopping too now. Jimmy do a lot of flopping.
He does just as much flopping as the rest of the NBA. And he plays tougher than all the rest of those guys.
And it's still mutually exclusive. But Jimmy does a lot of flopping. But they played this whole game 2. Also, gotta give shout out to Marcus Smart. Boston looks like a totally different team with Marcus Smart on the court. Totally different team. And it's not just defensively. Although for some reason now I'm starting to believe Marcus Smart is actually kind of clutch when it comes to shooting, because he was horrible the whole game and then he went off in the fourth quarter. And normally when he gets all his points, that's what he gets. He's horrible the whole game and then he starts hitting threes in the fourth quarter.
Take the chains off those doors, you prisoner of the moment. You know that Marcus Smart is not a great offensive player. He's not a clutch shooter. Let's just say that he's played a couple games. The same thing that I say about Jalen Brunson. Y'all did not care about Jalen Brunson last year. Don't suddenly think that he's God now because he had a couple games. Show me what his career looks like. This is the same thing I say about Jason Tatum. John Collins.
Well, I mean,
3-point differential for their career. Tatum averages 20. Collins averages 17. Collins averages more assists. Collins averages more rebounds. Comparable. Tell me, say what you want to. Show me the baby.
I first off, if you want to talk about points per game, you make good points right now. Right now, the stats are comparable. There's absolutely no way, to me, unless John Collins takes a gigantic leap next year. The way that Tatum is playing, he's averaging like 35 in the playoffs. He's had multiple 40-point games. I think that points per game gap will increase substantially over the next 5 years.
And we have to take into account Jason Tatum shoots the very most shots for the Boston Celtics. John Collins shoots the third most shots for the Atlanta
You don't have to take that into the account. That's an excuse of why you lost. I'm saying you said right now that their that their points per game are close, and I'm saying in the next 5 years, the trajectory of those two is not comparable. I love John Collins. I think he's a really solid player, really good player. The trajectory of John Collins' career and Jason Tatum's career are not the same. And if you think so, based on what you see today, you are in denial, my friend. You are in denial.
Hey, they've been in the league the same amount of time.
Okay. We'll agree to disagree. But there's no way. Because Jason Tatum right now, if you look at this, also, bring this up to you. Now that you see Jaylen Brown, the way that he's playing, that was a travel. Now that you see Jaylen Brown, the way that he's playing.
Oh, my God, we needed him. We needed him so bad. You know what? I would trade Bogey, Herter, a first, and maybe a Kungwu if you want,
Nah,
and Gallo.
no, that wasn't. But Boston knew we would trade all of that for Jaylen Brown, and they didn't want to. They said we either want Trae or John. Now, seeing what you've seen, would you still not have made that trade to trade John Collins for Jaylen Brown?
That makes their team way better. That is the problem. We would get better, but we would lose too much. As much as we would gain, we will lose. And they will be able to do that. And as much as I like Jaylen Brown, he falls into kind of the Donovan Mitchell category where I can find another guy who can do that.
Sneaky said, you know it's serious when you want to trade Bogey. Folks be knowing that.
Yeah, I mean, as broke leg as he is, when he shoot.
Hey, Ramir, right now, Tatum. I don't understand that folks say Tatum and Brown will not work. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Like, they've been good. Why do y'all think that they're not going to be good?
Full stop. As the guy who said that it would not, and I didn't say that they wouldn't work. I said that the guys around them would not work. First of all, Monty Williams, congratulations on winning Coach of the Year, but Ime Udoka is the Coach of the Year. He has made me look like a damn fool.
You can't take that away. I wouldn't take that away from Monty.
I'm just telling you what my opinion is. I don't have a vote, but let me tell you,
you've never expressed that opinion until now.
That's not true. I've said on every turn that Udoka has turned this team around into a defensive team, which I thought was imaginable, I thought was unimaginable. Excuse me. And I said that the only way that the Celtics can win any
never
games,
understood why you thought that was unimaginable.
Because I didn't think that they had it. I'd be wrong. I have a lot of opinions. If you have a lot of opinions, eventually some of them will be incorrect. But for me, they got it. And then I would,
Kev called you prisoner of the playoffs. Take the chains off the door. You prisoner of the moment.
No, I'm not the prisoner of the playoffs. I have said this since last year. Every year I'm like, hey, this is a two-man team. And one thing that we should be able to beat is a two-man team. Well, somehow Marcus Smart is now Defensive Player of the Year. Hell, Al Horford has restarted his whole career. He looks like Atlanta Hawk again. So it's not a whole lot that I can say other than kudos. Y'all proved me wrong. And in this case, they proved me wrong. They've had a hell of a season. It's not like they showed up in the playoffs and then just started kicking ass. They've been kicking ass all season. And well, not all season.
The first half they were struggling. They was in like sixth place.
First third. Then because it was a tweet.
They had that come to Jesus moment.
Yep, and Jaylen Brown said, hey, a lot of shit gonna change. And then shit changed. And you got me. I'm as much as I have my own opinion and I believe that I'm right about a lot of stuff, when you prove me wrong, I swear to you, I will.
No, they started beating teams by like 40. Like, and it's not like they're beating, the Detroit Pistons. No shade, because they're gonna be good. They're gonna improve next year. But they were beating teams like Phoenix. They were beating teams like the Heat. Well, no, they were 1-2 against the Heat. They beat the 2-1 against the Heat. They were blowing them out by like 35 points.
But my issue is Bam Adebayo.
Bam, you have told Robert Williams and Al Horford have destroyed you.
Which they can.
And Grant Williams. Grant Williams too.
If you're an all-star, if you're supposed to be that guy, you can't get shut down by Al Horford, Robert Williams, and Grant Williams.
But that's always been the knock on Bam, though, is his offense isn't where where it should be. It's just his defense is so far ahead.
But Bam is now this year Bam's offense has been pretty good. But for a career, that's the reason. Once again, that's another guy who I think is in the same realm as John Collins. I think that
Bam offense doesn't translate to like a really, really.
Yeah, for this season, he's 19-10. That's who you got to be if you think that y'all are going to compete. 9-10 is not going to get you there, my friend. Just not. But he is make or break for this team. If he can get you 19 points, he's going to shoot a high percentage 19 points. And then you'll be able to control the basket. If he's gonna give you 9 points, hey, kiss the baby, y'all head at home.
Are they gonna get rid of Duncan Robinson?
Who?
They actually played him last game, Duncan Robinson.
Who?
Man, would you pay Peyton Pritchard? There's so many guest stories. Would you pay Peyton Pritchard?
Hell no. Let me go ahead and cover the list of people who y'all think should be paid, who should not be paid. First of all, Peyton Pritchard. Hell no. Not a chance. Jalen Brunson. Hell no. Not a chance. Tyler Hero. You better get a Duncan Robinson contract at best. I'm trying to think of who else. There's some other people who should not be paid. Oh, Andrew Wiggins. I ain't paying you neither, dog. Not that much.
They wouldn't champion.
See,
Nah.
They're going to trick y'all because you got to think. Andrew Wiggins, yeah, I can be the number 4 option. I can be the best number. I'll be the best number 4 option you've ever seen. But if the Warriors are smart, if the Warriors are not going to pay Wiggins and they're going to pay Poole, that lets you know how they rank them. And the Warriors are pretty good at assessing talent last time I checked. You should use that same. Now, if I'm the Raptors, I am interested in Wiggins. If I'm the Mavericks, I'm interested in Wiggins. I mean, and I know I probably sound crazy for saying this. If we're going to trade John Collins, I'm interested in Wiggins.
Yeah, I get more for John Collins.
Give me Moses Moody.
I didn't realize he was 6'6".
You're not going to get Kuminga, but you could get Moses Moody.
You can get Moses Moody and Kuminga, but you'd have to give up John in the pick.
Oh, heck. Oh, you know, Nate don't play picks anyway. The man be 40 before he play for the Hawks.
Yeah. Well, so there's only one thing left to do. Game 3, Boston and Miami is today, right?
Yep.
Who
Miami.
you got?
Miami.
You got Miami in Boston.
M-I-A-M-I. Miami.
I'm gonna take Boston.
Well, you owe me 6 for game 4.
Of what?
You bet.
Nah, man. Tally up all the beer, dog. You ain't tally beer in 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Did.
You ain't let nobody know.
Once we get done, I will let you know. But yes. Yeah. So yeah, let's do 6. I want Miami. You want Boston.
We'll do 6.
Yeah.
8:30 today.
Yes, sir.
Well, Norwood, if we didn't miss anything, unless y'all want to talk about anybody in the world.
No. Let's go ahead and pick tomorrow. I'm picking.
Oh yeah. Let's pick tomorrow. In Dallas.
I'm picking the Warriors again. I think the war like 40-point Luka can't get it done. It can't get it done. Go ahead and pick the Mavs. I love a 12 off.
No, man, it's just the boy. I would pick the Mavs if it was just like Steph, Clay, Draymond,
Kuminga, Wiggins.
I would pick the Warriors. But you got Jordan Poole. Now they playing. All of a sudden, he hasn't played all season, and they playing Moses Moody and Otto Porter, and they both hitting threes. Like I can't
One of the
pick.
best rebrands I've seen in a really long time.
Sign for a lot of money and be quiet.
Well, I don't think he's getting paid that anymore. I would assume.
Nah, not anymore. But he still signed for a lot. He signed for a lot of money. Was trash and got quiet.
I mean, yeah. Now he's a guy who's a championship chaser now, but he's a guy who's going to trick you. He's not that good on anybody else.
Is he a championship chaser though? I mean,
if I'm him, I am. Yeah.
I think he's a guy that realized that, hey, I am not as good as I thought I was. Let me just be a role player, good at defense, and figure out and teams will sign me. They need that. Also, he was hurt. He did get hurt a lot. He got hurt.
Wait. Otto Porter career earnings $126,516,877. I am chasing championships now. I am ungodly rich.
That's what I was saying. I was like, yo, he signed that crazy deal. And that's what I thought you were saying with the rebrand, because he was definitely viewed as like, he robbed y'all. But he also got hurt a lot. And then he went to the, he got quiet. He got healthier, stayed with the Wizards, had a decent year, and the Warriors came and got him for like veteran minimum or something like that, or something close to it. He's a good role player. He got his money and realized his role.
Yeah, I mean, I think that works out for all parties involved. Yeah, I think I'm like Sneaky said, it's looking like the brooms.
The broom?
It now just really comes down to, are you gonna like just bring the broom, or are you gonna treat me like a gentleman? But either way, it's over soon.
I think I'm gonna go with the Warriors reluctantly. If the Warriors win this game, it'll be a blowout game 4.
But I think the long term, them getting blown out is better for the Mavericks.
Why?
Because I think that puts the pressure on Cuban to go out and find a team. Like,
speaking of which, this is almost parallel to the Hawks, right? You made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, although you didn't get blown. You actually was up, and you didn't get blown out. Yeah. And the Hawks ended up saying, "Well, shit, we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll stay put and not do anything for real, and see if we can go back."
Two different teams, though. You have one team that played good as a team. You have one team that basically is like a one guy, and then everybody else has their night. But if you want to run it back with them, you can do it, but you're a fool. I'm going to say that.
Playing. Yeah. Well, no, we ain't missing anything. Oh, well, who you got? Oh, Warriors. You both said Warriors. So now that we picked both games, Warriors and I picked Celtics. You pick Heat. Go ahead, take us out, man.
Man, this has been quite the enthusiastic Saturday Morning Live. Shout out to the people who have watched on Twitch. Shout out to the people who have caught us on Instagram.
Trying to combine them. We're trying to combine them. Step by step, day by day, y'all.
Step by step.
Oh.
Day by day.
Hey, fresh start. Okay. Sorry.
I don't know. Don't know. That I get through the first part and then I'm done. But this has been an excellent one. Once again, salute to my brother. We're bringing drinking back to the Splash Cast. This has been a fantastic episode. We had the Atlanta episode that came out on Tuesday. Please go back and listen. We had the Splash Cast 24-pack that came out Wednesday. I did not disappoint once again. And then we had the Around the League that came out Thursday, which covers all of these games right before. And as a person who listens to a bunch of sports podcasts and listens to a bunch of sports, I actually prefer to go back and listen afterwards so that I can see how right these people truly are. I ask you to do the same thing about me and Reg. If we right, then say, hey, you know what? Maybe this guy knows what he's talking about. If not, you come right in here in any of these chats that are available and tell us how wrong we are. We truly appreciate that. And then, of course, next Saturday, we will be right back here for Saturday Morning Live. Be a Tuesday episode, another 24-pack. I'm almost finished with. I'm trying to decide if the new Lupe fiasco makes the cut or not. And then, of course, we'll be right back Thursday. It has been a wonderful and blessed Saturday, and it's only one thing for us to do now, Reggie. What's that?
Before we do that. Before we do that, you can reach us on Instagram at SplashCast, on Facebook at SplashCast of Reggie and Norwood. We have a fan page. Make sure y'all go interact, like, and follow there. We are on YouTube at the Splashcast. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at _the Splashcast. And we are also now implementing sponsorships and commercials for our live stream. So you can definitely do at divetmedia@gmail.com, divetmedia@gmail.com if you want to talk about getting some advertisements, brand sponsorships. We definitely love sponsoring minority-owned sponsorships. Minority-owned businesses and small businesses of all sorts. So again, this is another small business track brand. We wear whatever. So make sure.
With that said, we will probably have a TikTok in a week or so. Also, I'm looking to do a little bit of Amazon Amp, where they play music and you have a little segment. So we can, talk about rap music, talk about sports, and I'll give y'all what I'm listening to. Outside of that, man, y'all be safe. Y'all love each other. We out of here, man, and I'm ready to drink.
We out of here getting ready to drink. See y'all next week.
Peace. And I will look forward to seeing y'all next week, too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.